It's Madden NFL 22, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the Huskies and the Bears, and it's coming up next.
The good news is that the winds aren't as violent as they were yesterday in Chicago, but it's still pretty darn cold to be expected, I guess, for December football at Soldier Field. This was the scene a moment ago as the Bears emerged from their tunnel. Ready for football are they, and ready for football are we, as the Bears get set to match up with their opponents. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Charles and I have been looking forward to this one all week, and off we go from Soldier Field. Taken at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
On first down, it's Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. First carry now for David Montgomery. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and 11. Running left, Montgomery. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. Back to throw, Fields. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 20. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him to win. Yeah, he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left. They'll look to throw here. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. Touchdown. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Huskies have taken the early lead. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And that is absolutely demoralizing for a defense because you've got the offense on the ropes. It's 3rd down. You're trying to get off the field, and then wham, you have a letdown in the secondary, and you give up a big one.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games. Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadruple. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. To throw is Fields. And firing a deep ball for Kmet. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. This will be fielded at the 17. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of carries, 103 yards, and a touchdown.
Are we playing old school football now? We got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10, but he has a chance to move up with a big-time game. So expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now back to throw. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Good job, D.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Following the fumble recovery, Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A first trip to the red zone for the Bears. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, Fields over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 74 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Oh, Montgomery just unable to twist free as they hit him short of the line to gain. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now we've got a field goal coming up here for Chicago. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Lutz puts this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. This defense for the Bears, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. He'll look to throw. Hard throw, incomplete. And they'll send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize.
And he's going to be brought down back at his own 6-yard line. That one will send him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. He'll leave it for Montgomery, complete. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. A shotgun snap, Fields. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
What's up, man?
So a costly penalty yardage-wise as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man...
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on 2nd.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. From the gun, here's Fields. Caught by Montgomery. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Here's Fields. And that is incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Chicago. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series, so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't hold them.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
On running plays, linemen, of course, have their assignments. That's expected. But it's not often you're expecting to see a cornerback blitzing in run support and tackling the runner for a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up the 3rd down.
Good sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
So they need 6 yards here on 3rd down. They're 2 for 2 on 3rd down tries so far on this drive. They'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this ball is going to be down now right at the 10-yard line. Good spot. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
David Montgomery ready to take the field for the Bears' next possession. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is...
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. Touchdown, Chicago!
CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass, no interceptions for him personally to this point.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up to throw. Pushes past him, and he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, they'll throw. This one left side caught by Patterson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
And he comes back with one complete. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to kick it away. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it.
Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense.
He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Fields looking deep downfield. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, they go Montgomery. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team's...
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Malone Nichols. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that's incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis. And it's the Texans who've got the lead in the second quarter. 2 touchdown passes there for Deshaun Watson. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they lead the visiting LA Chargers at halftime. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get you to Baltimore. Check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Marquise Brown, a touchdown reception. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for our visitors in the first half. And I can imagine the halftime discussions are about how can we improve the running game. They have not had success so far, and it's reflected on the scoreboard. Meanwhile, for the Bears, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. And they do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
Gets around him. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Now a handoff looking right. And he is not going to get the first down as he'll spot this at about the 28. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And on now is the punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Bears take over. Here comes Justin Fields and the rest of the Bears offense. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
On second down, Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Fields on third down. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And he will have the Bears first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Off play action, Fields.
That's complete to Robinson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Working with a 2nd and 3. Now Fields. And quickly into the hands of Robinson.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think they're ahead of schedule now after that run. They might be bold with this 2nd down call after that type of a game.
2nd and 3. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked up by Jalen Johnson.
And they will score a pick 6 for the Bears touchdown.
We constantly talk about defenders having great vision and being able to see plays unfold and make their own plays. But you also have to have good feel as well because you can't see everything out there. See the play unfold, feel what's going on, and then get to the right spot and make your own play. And in this case, it turned out to be a highlight one.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. It's good to make it 17-7. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Toronto's offense ready to take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Going to give this time to the tailback.
I like the look that they just showed there. When you come out in a passing formation, spread things out a little bit, makes it really hard to cover the middle of the field, doesn't it? Because you got to go out to the perimeter and cover those guys.
Yep, exactly. And got some good blocking, too. Helped him pick up the first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
2nd down and 7. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. High throw, but the catch is made. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
And a good job here of getting the running backs involved in the passing game because they line him up out in the slot to the right, and they're hoping he won't get accounted for, and he's not. Turns into big trouble for the defense, able to work his way free, and turns it into a big play.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
Looking to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 18. Now they'll try the jet sweep here. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 11-yard line.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. as we are just about set to go here in quarter number 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They'll try to run this one in. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1. 3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. They'll try to run this one in, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Huskies have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Now the extra point. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive spans 13 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you...
nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Fields. That's complete to Mooney. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Fields now to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Matt Hawk now, standing just outside his own goal line. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Toronto's offense ready to take over. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 4 yards remain for 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Let's go! Well, I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
They'll run on first down. Harrison. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
On second down, it's Harrison. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Third down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. And his kick is good. And we are all tied here in the final stages. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Chicago offense set to get started. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. The Bears moving hastily in the hurry-up offense. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 45.
All day.
Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Majors say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. And they give this time to the tailback. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
2nd and 7.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
We can't be totally sure that that was by design, but we do know that a lot of kickers like the ball on the right hash in order to kick the field goal.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. And this one is right through. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And it took a big fourth quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the fourth quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for Toronto, they improved to 11-5 now with 1 week remaining.